Hello.
Okay, hello there. How are you
Hi.
guys?
Good.
We've got Jess and Chris here from Minnesota. They're some of our best students here.
Rock star students.
Yeah, and they've got little Ruth, who is 6 months old now. And so, Jess,
Yep.
tell us, you've been with us for a couple months now, and
Yep.
tell us what life was like before you contacted us.
Yeah, tell us about Ruth.
Really chaotic. I thought that there was no way we'd ever get her to sleep through the night. She was waking up about every 2 hours, just fussy, uncomfortable, crying, and I was really worried about having anyone watch her but me, because it seemed that the only way to soothe her was to nurse her. So I really couldn't even leave her with Chris. He was pretty much resourceless, and the thought of leaving her to start going back to work at the 5-month mark was pretty terrifying to me at that point. I thought, she's just going to cry all day. She's not going to sleep. Because I had days like that. If I tried to lay her down, she just cried and cried, never calmed down.
Wow.
It was pretty scary. I was worried about what the next
So
few
you
months
were
would
you were up multiple times at night, no real plan of attack.
Yeah, every night I was up at least 2 or 3 times. It was like having a sick kid. You just never really caught up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then,
But I was home full time, so I mean, I could catch up a little bit, but not really. But what I was really worried about was going back to work.
right, so you were just about to go back to work when you found us, and
Yep.
so tell us what happened. And
So you watched the webinar, joined the course. You're like, oh man, I
I
gotta.
did. Right away, I was like, okay, I need help. I'm going back to work in promptly 2 weeks. I have no plan. This is not going to go well. I had a nanny lined up, a friend of ours, to watch the kids, and I thought, well, we're just going to wreck this relationship. This isn't going to go well, and she's not going to be able to devote enough time to the other kids she watches. So I wanted to take action really quickly, and I knew that involved asking for help. And I'm really glad I did. It actually coincided with Christmas break, so I was at my parents' house for the first week of sleep training, which is less than ideal. Ruth was in a foreign sleeping situation. We were around family who didn't want to hear the kid cry, as, they don't see her all that much. So hearing her cry a lot was really hard. But even so, just being able to put the schedule in place and stick to it, I could see improvements right away, even in the first couple days. So it was really encouraging right off the bat.
yeah, and what's life like now? As the sleep training process is over, and
Yeah, what do you think? What's life like now?
I think a lot of it has to do with just being able to work. Well, the short answer is a lot better. That's the short answer. But I think the thing that I liked as the dad was that I wanted. That's a cat.
Nice.
We need to figure out sleep training for a cat.
Yeah.
That's your next job.
Yeah.
I like being a team, and to some extent, as a dad, and the mom baby relationship, we're always trying to find our place. And when it comes to sleep training, the way we experienced it, I was able to support Jess in the midst of some of her kind of longings to go out there, because I understand it. I get it. Like, that there's just a maternal instinct to go and do this, but we're all people, and include from infancy, we got to kind of deal and we gotta learn, and like it's kind of training them on an instinctive level to deal with that, and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good for them. It doesn't feel good for us, but that's life. And in a way, like it's the beginning of a version of tough love that is good for them. And we get to do it together. And I really liked that. And it still exists kind of now, even in the midst of, hearing her cry in the morning when, I know that Jess could just jump up, but no, it's not time to wake up. And like, we both kind of get to be aware of that together, even if we're kind of just tossing and turning at 5 a.m. we're still in it, and that's a really big deal. So I think that's part of it. It's great to have programs as parents, as married as mom and dad, and
Yeah.
you know,
I've seen him really kind of empowered as a dad, and you know, me being able to submit to him when he says, "Let her cry. Remember, she can sleep. She can go back to sleep. She's done it plenty of times." And you're right, and it's been good for our relationship. We've learned a lot and seen it work. And sure enough, she does go back to sleep. Maybe it takes a little longer sometimes, but she does. So that means she needs more sleep. So it's given us a lot more freedom together as a married couple, and I wouldn't trade that. It's better for Ruth and it's better for us.
But it does come from a program. I mean, it's good to be able to kind of both, adhere to something that you both agreed on. It's nice,
Yeah. That's great, guys. We're Dads rock. First of all, go Dads, right? And so super excited about that, guys. Obviously, you guys are a pleasure to work with. And just before we go, you got to show everyone the swag. I mean, you gotta show them the My Baby Can Swag. That's right. It's all about the swag.
Hopefully, people ask me about it on the street. That's the idea, right?
There you go. Yep, absolutely. Earned your stripes. So good job, guys. Hey, it was our pleasure, and we're super excited and anxious to continue to hear more about Ruth.
Great, thank you.
All
Good night.
right.
Thanks.